let me go to something that is very, very important. Now, citizens must also realize that this Stop Creek is one of Nigeria's largest remaining forests, which is crucial for biodiversity, but of course has been severely threatened by different things. So it's not just Akwa Ibom in question here. One of Nigeria's largest remaining forests, which has a number of things which are currently endangered species. So if we would move to the reserve the Stop Creek Forest to the ratio at which it will be for a coastal highway, then maybe some people would have concerns. Okay, so let me also go to the fact that my other concern was who and who are those listed in the areas as co-owners of surrounding areas around the Stop Creek. Okay. Now, the Stubbs Creek Forest Reserve was not preserved as a protected area for the fun of it. It is protected. The protected status dates back nearly a century. You're looking at somewhere in 1920, in the 1920s. Yeah, colonial authorities identified the area spanning present-day Eket, present-day Esreket, Ibono, Mbo local government areas as one of southern Nigeria's richest biodiversity hotspots. So we have literally 4 local governments that can lay claim to that ownership. So I'm doing that in quotation now of the Stubbs Creek. Okay, so these are the 2 things I wanted to put out of the way. The local governments that co-own a heritage with the Stubbs Creek, and where the state government stands in terms of dereservation. So the other accusation is that the Akwa Ibom state government has not followed due process in dereserving the Stop Creek. More like the governor just came out and said, against all odds, it doesn't matter what you people think, we're going to go ahead and support the federal government to build a coastal highway through that path.
I thank you for that perspective. And actually, we must give credit to Akemede Simon, an award-winning investigative journalist, and the kind of things that we are doing on our part, try to source for documents, meet the people that are concerned, and which I would read the impression. Eket person is not here. Nobody is speaking for Eket here. I am from the civil society community. I don't represent Eket. I don't represent Ibno. I don't represent the Akwa Ibom state government. I represent Akwa Ibom people and humanity. Where I am wrong, I am open to be corrected. That's why we have to face the truth without fear or favor. Akemede Simon's investigative report and the fact that he has spoken with government people, including the Commissioner for Agriculture, also the Attorney General, and Commissioner for Information, none of them has any document to show that term I was looking for. You gave it to me. De-reserve. There must be a de-reservation of any portion of the Stop Creek at any point. That was a tradition. Remember, I cited the case of Mobil producing Nigeria Unlimited, called Exxon Mobil. The 2 times they acquired, they needed land. Portions of the Stop Creek were de-reserved. Unfortunately, under the administration of immediate past Governor Dim Emmanuel, when Boa came, government went straight to the land to apportion it. And remember, last year when it was controversy that is land racketeering, which government said there was land racketeering in Akwa Ibom State, the certificate of occupancy from, was it 2015?
2023.
Yes. Yeah, 2023 were not suspended. And Eket people were very loud when they said, "Thank you, Your Excellency, you have done well." Yes, the certificate of occupancy given to people who, according to Eket people, have committed the largest, I wish I can get that term, yes, the largest organized criminal confiscation of Eket ancestral land in history. This was documented in their I don't even call that petition, appreciation of the governor for what he did, because they were hoping that those certificate of occupancies would be revoked because they did not meet the stipulated processes. There was no de-reserving. No, the portion is not even known, and people are set that they are saying that the land that being sold, that the money is gotten are not paid. Allegedly, I'm not aware, but we'll find that out. The monies of the land sold at Stock Creek over the years, were they paid into the state treasury? The evidence will have to be seen. It will reflect in previous reports and all of that. And so there is at no time, including the Coastal Highway. I corrected the impression yesterday while I was here, because certain commentators in their own press statements have accused Dr. Umar Baseno that he sold the Coastal Highway to the Senate President for a second term. That the Coastal Highway is going to pass through a synonym and no longer the coastal community. But from our investigation, we're able to confirm that the Coastal Highway is going to pass through the Stock Creek. And I got the routes right from Calabar to Eastern Obolo, which means the Stock Creek is going to be impacted again. And guess what? I think it's still in this report, Akiminiden's report. Are people aware that there's a super highway that is to lead to the Ibom Deep Sea Port at Unyere, where the government says that is to be the deep sea port point? That's still a controversy by itself. A super highway has been cut through since 2022 without de-reserving, and with this coastal highway without EIA, like we are even heard from Lagos to wherever it is, no environmental impact assessment. Is a very big challenge. That is why our additional advocacy is that Nigeria Conservation Society, I think that's what it's called, they have a state chairman, I think Dr. Uwemokun, if I'm not wrong. He did an article not too long ago, I had access to it. They should be invited. You cannot do something that requires expertise, professionals, and politicians are the ones taking decision. So it's so technical that if the construction, because I'm not aware the construction has started yet on the superhighway at the Stock Creek, there is a particular thing I want to clear. The earlier information I heard was that even American people did not write to Federal Ministry of Works to stop, not to come. But the Akabi MTOR is something that anybody who feels is entitled to a land, the way it's always in a year, you know, when a mouse in a year, you look for the the Akabi MTOR has no restrictive or barrier to government from doing what they're supposed to do legally, but it is an alarm. And my personal philosophy is never stop somebody who's a victim from crying. It will bother on witchcraft sin. So the advisors, the aides to His Excellency will have to do more than what they are doing as we speak. And people with institutional knowledge who are not parties to these things, the civil society, the media, should dig deep and make this information available to His Excellency. I believe he's a man that can say, I was misinformed. Nothing gives a leader the kind of authority that being able to say, I wasn't well briefed. Look at Mr. President was to decorate his ADC with Brigadier General rank after a few months, after giving the person colonel. And military and media told him, this, you are going to destroy the Nigerian military completely. On the day of, I think it was on the day of the decoration, when guests started coming, they suspended, they cancelled it, and it would never happen. That is leadership. So as we speak, we're going to send a letter to His Excellency. Your Excellency, please, these are the facts we have gathered. We are patriots.